Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video, it's basically just going to be audio. It's basically a podcast type thing. I'm just going to be talking. I'll have some photos going for video for YouTube, but for those of you who just want to listen, the photos are just the Haslab photos, so there's nothing going on there. A lot of you have asked me to talk about this Haslab Ghost Rider nonsense, and I was holding off doing it, but more and more people keep doing it, and some interesting stuff is going on with the Haslab, so I figured I'd run a poll, see what you guys thought. Almost all of you said I should do a video talking about it, so I'm going to do one. It should be relatively short going forward from this point. So, I think I might have a perspective on this which is slightly different than what you guys may have heard from other people. I don't know what other people are saying other than what I'm seeing in the comment section on my videos and on like the Haslab posts. It seems to me most people believe that it's far overpriced, and then there is also a small group of people, and I say small based on the number of comments I'm seeing supporting this stance, saying that it's not overpriced, that it's awesome, they're happy to have it, and that anybody who doesn't like it just can't afford it, and they should stop whining. Well, it seems to me that, we'll just get this out of the way first, that position is just utter nonsense. If you're going to flex about how much money you have and try to put down other collectors for not wanting to give Hasbro an inordinate amount of money for something that looks like it's nowhere near worth that much, you don't want to pick a $350 thing. Like, that's not exactly impressive for anybody who collects even Marvel Legends. I mean, the 2 waves of Marvel Legends is that much money, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not the cost. I don't think anybody who is complaining about it is just like, I can't afford it, so I'm saying it's bad. That's just nonsense to me. Like, there might be one person doing that, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to me that the general consensus is that it's overpriced, and therefore Hasbro shouldn't be charging that much. And that's what I'm going to talk about. It does seem to me to be overpriced. By any way I can figure it, it seems to be grossly overpriced. A few years ago, Mattel released that radio-controlled Batmobile with the smoke effect for the exhaust, the camera, the sound effects, all kinds of moving parts, and a figure that fit in it. And it was radio-controlled, and it was $250. This thing's $350. It has none of that other than the LEDs and some interchangeable effect parts. That's it. And also, this is just a regular car, basically speaking. There's not a whole lot going on here. There's a little bit of paint in here, a little bit of detail going on, but that's it. As far as I can tell, strictly molding, production, that kind of thing, this thing is ridiculously overpriced. I think that's clear. I think there's no question. Now, you could say what I normally say, and that is, well, if you're okay with the price, then buy it and enjoy it, and that's fine. And if somebody doesn't want to buy it, then they shouldn't buy it, and that's fine. And that's normally my stance. Like, if something is a crap figure but you want it, then get it and enjoy it. More power to you. But I'm not going to say that this time. What I'm going to say this time is, do not support this Haslab project. If this thing is successful, you will never see Marvel Legends be sold for a reasonable price again. This thing is them testing the waters. They're trying to charge as absolute much as they can for a product to see what people are willing to pay for a character they want or for a product they want, whatever the case may be. It's a test. If people back this thing that is so grossly overpriced, they have no reason to ever price anything reasonably again, because it will sell at that high price. They're already doing it with the standard 6-inch figures at $25, $30, $35 a piece. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I've already said if I wasn't reviewing them, I wouldn't be buying them. People make the case, well, you're contributing to it by buying them. The one that I'm buying has far less impact than the review I'm providing. So it's worth it for me to buy it to give you guys the information and the input. So that's a side note. But they're just testing the waters. These are not necessities. These are luxury items. Do you know what sets the value of a luxury item? Beyond just production cost, which is always lower than the sale price, of course. The only way to set the value of a luxury item is what somebody is willing to pay for it. If they're able to charge $5,000 for a Marvel Legends figure and people buy it, that's what it's worth. And they're going to keep doing it if people are willing to buy it. The only way to impact that, to change that, is to not buy it. They won't sell things if people aren't buying them. If this Haslab fails, guess what? They know people aren't willing to pay a ridiculous price for an item. And they'll sell it lower. They'll sell it at a lower profit. Or they won't sell it at all and they'll figure something else out. But as far as I can tell, Hasbro's upcharging their figures far more than anyone else. So I don't want to hear anything about the economy or anything going on that's outside of the toy industry. No one else is doing what Hasbro's doing. And this thing is a perfect example. It's ridiculous. First of all, Hasbro, I think right now they're the biggest. They might not be, but I think they are the biggest toy company in the world. Literal billions of dollars of net revenue every year. They're doing crowdfunding. That's nuts to me. They don't need to do that. They're just doing it to reduce costs even more, to have higher profits, lower expenses. And that's all fine. Like, I don't fault any company for trying to charge as much as they can. That's what every company is for. You charge as much as you can for a product until people stop paying for it. Then you find where people are willing to pay for it, and that's where you keep it. Fine. Their job is to make money. That's fine. But this is going beyond that. Because not only are they not taking any of the risk, they're putting it on us, that's fine, but they're doing things like early bird specials, where if it meets a goal at a certain time, you get this bonus figure. Well, the timing doesn't add anything to production costs. It doesn't save them money, it's not a stretch goal. It's just an incentive to get people to shell out cash, to get the FOMO going. The internet is just the vehicle for this, let's say, unethical business practice. Stretch goals make sense. If it hits X amount of money, we're going to be able to add this because of the cost being distributed across so many different items in the bundle or whatever you want to call it. They're able to spread out the cost more, so they're able to give you more for the bundle. And they've already accounted for that, by the way, especially for Hasbro. It's not like these tiers, they're not even doing that. They've already accounted for that in the beginning. So they figure if they don't hit the tiers, they make even more money. I mean, this is me guessing. I don't know for sure, and if somebody wants to correct me, that's fine, but it's going to be hard to correct this and not account for the fact that the production costs are nowhere near what would warrant the $350 price tag. But yeah, they don't need to hit these goals in order to give you the things. They've already accounted for it. It's just like when a grocery store puts something on sale, so the day before, the week before, they mark it up so that the sale is nowhere near as much. You're not getting bonus figures for the $350 if they add in Mephisto or whatever. They've already accounted for that. It's nowhere close. And people are saying, well, if they had the motorcycle, one, I doubt they're going to do that. A whole Danny Ketch batch of like a figure and motorcycle, or Johnny Blaze, I doubt it. But even if they did, $350, no freaking way is that worth it. It's not even close. And can we mention the fact that the figure that comes with the highly overpriced car is mostly reused parts, has virtually no paint, doesn't even look that good, it's passable because it has a nice head sculpt? Or what about the fact that the Mephisto figure that they're holding over everybody, which everybody has wanted for, years now, it doesn't even look good? Like, I know some people are saying, oh, it looks great because that's the trendy thing to do on the internet, to be all about it, to try to get close with Hasbro on social media, or to look like one of the Hasbros when everyone else is complaining, or whatever the case may be. And of course other people will say it's trendy to complain. Both things happen, but the Mephisto figure doesn't look good. It doesn't look better than the Marvel Select that came out years ago. And that's the incentive? They're not putting any money into these things, and they're charging astronomical prices. So all of that's reasoning for why you shouldn't do it. But the only true reason is, even if you do want all of the stuff, let's say you think it all looks great. The car looks great, which I'll admit, it looks pretty good. Like, if it was a reasonable price, I'd be happy to buy it. I like cars, the fire, the light, it looks cool. But the reason is, if you back this, they will never charge a reasonable price again. So no matter how much you want it, don't support this. A lot of people are pulling out. You'll see the numbers are dropping on their goal. I mean, it'll go up a few, but then it'll drop like 400 like it did a couple days ago. Do not back it. If you do, Marvel Legends will never be a reasonable price again. If you don't, we stand a chance at them making better product for the price, or dropping the price for the product they're already doing. But you cannot tell them, you cannot show them that you're willing to pay crazy amounts of money for something that doesn't warrant it, because why would they do anything else? They have stockholders or shareholders. They have profits that they need to hit. Why not make that even more? They do not care. I'm talking about the company, not the individual sculptors or whoever else. The company does not care what product you get for your money. All they care about is the numbers. That's it. They want more money for less expense. That is it. And if you show them they can do that, they will continue to do that. All of the other stuff is just more reasoning to appeal to you guys, to appeal to reason. It's not worth it for these reasons I've listed, but also just don't buy it, even if you happen to think it's worth it, if you ever want to pay anything reasonable again for Marvel Legends products. That's it. I'm not backing it. The Sentinel wasn't even impressive for the price point. And now this thing, the same price as the Sentinel, I think the Sentinel was $350. It's not even close. It's not even close. Shit, you can buy a Power Wheels for a couple $100. This thing's $350 for some plastic and some LEDs. It's ridiculous. Don't show them that you're willing to buy something that's not worth the price. That's it. I don't have anything else to say. I'll be happy to talk to you guys in the comment section below, and I'll be fending off the Hasbros, and we'll see how it goes. But you know what? I gotta say something, because the toy industry's not looking good if this works. It's not going to be a good thing for anybody. And I want Marvel Legends to be as successful as any other line. That's what got me into collecting as an adult, again, after I quit for many, many years. I love the Marvel Legends line. I want it to be good. That's why I say negative things about it. You don't make something better by saying, oh, you're perfect the way you are. That's not how self-improvement works for people or for companies. Tough love, objective criticism as much as anyone can manage. That's how you make things better. That's what I'm trying to do here. Hopefully, I'm successful in getting you guys to have some impact on what Hasbro's doing and on the industry. And hopefully that is successful as a movement rather than just some guy complaining into a microphone. Because I would much rather be saying everything's awesome. But that's not always what's right. That's not always what's supposed to be done. So, okay, that's it. I'll stop rambling. That's more than I expected it to be. But hopefully you guys found that interesting or entertaining or whatever. And again, I will talk to you in the comment section below. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe if you want. And I think my Venom feet are probably for sale right now. So I'll put that video up at the top. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching / listening.